110ers, I'm back. Sturtevant's back. I'm out of COVID jail and I'm ready to take up the reins of 110 again. So Dr. Hansen's timing on coming in and presenting you last week was pretty perfect. So I want to give you this week 9 Sturtevant report update to get us back on track in the class. Now, the first thing you need to understand is, in the midst of Dr. Hansen's presentation, she talked about you writing a letter to a former educator that was very impactful for you. You're just going to put this in an envelope, address it to this person, and hand it in to me next Wednesday. You do that, you got your reflection 4 taken care of. I'm not going to look at your letter. That's private. That's between you and whoever you're sending it to. But turning in that letter in an enclosed envelope is reflection 4. And so far we've talked about Maslow, we've talked about Bloom's, and over the next couple weeks, we're going to be talking a little bit about the history, the evolution of public education in the United States. And we're going to watch this pretty amazing video, like snippets of it in class. And we're going to do that for the first time next Wednesday. So most of the class, I would say like 50% of the class is going to be watching this video. And you're probably going to want to quote this video in your capstone project. It's really powerful. And the segment we're going to be watching next Wednesday is all about these competing views of what should be taught in schools. Now, I have a PDF for you that I want you to digest before class, about 9 pages long, but it's what the video is all about. It's about this town in northwestern Indiana called Gary. And Gary created a school system about 100 years ago that was fascinating. And so you're going to read about the Gary plan prior to class. And then you're also going to read about a guy called Arthur Bester who was not impressed with the approach promoted in the Gary plan. He wants more of a back to basics approach. And I have a very short resource for you to consume before next class. I think it's about 2 pages long. Talks about his ideas, and then you're going to hear about him in the video. I have another brief source that talks about this satellite that the Soviet Union set up in 1957. And this event had an enormous impact on American public education. And the ideas promoted during this debate over how America should compete against Sputnik they still resonate very strongly today. This is a really good debate for you to get the grasp of so you can understand trends, like even modern trends in American education. So you need to read about the Gary Plan. You need to read about Education Wastelands, a very short article. There's another short article on Sputnik. And then there's this really brief abstract of this report that was issued in 1983 called A Nation at Risk. 1983 is the same year I graduated from Muskingum, hallelujah. So master those 4 things. They're right on the HyperDoc prior to class next Wednesday, and then we're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive into this debate that you need to be aware of, and you're gonna want to talk about in your capstone project. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week.